Tonight on OC News, the line wraps completely around Cal State Fullerton's TSU. Some students have been in line for up to 6 hours. We'll tell you what they're waiting for.
A summertime tradition on the sand in Seal Beach is gone. So if you want to join friends around a fire pit, you'll have to find another location.
And another candidate has emerged in the 2016 presidential race. Find out more about this senator from Florida.
These stories, plus a complete look at weather, sports, and entertainment. OC News starts right now.
Welcome to another show of OC News. I am Tanya McCoy.
And I'm Joey Finiguera. OC News is produced by the broadcast journalism students at Cal State Fullerton. Cal State Fullerton students are currently standing in a line that snakes around the entire TSU. Here's Daniel Montanez with the story.
Here at Cal State Fullerton, where you see behind me, students are in line in a wait of about 5 to 6 hours in hopes of getting a wristband for an entry in this year's spring con.
Oh, okay. Is it about this?
The event location is at the intramural field. Not even in the state.
Promising, oh, it's only going to be a 2-hour wait, 3-hour wait, and then like it doubles and triples. Like, what is this? So, yeah, just like a lot of false hope, and it was really unorganized. They have a lot of people telling you to wait in line, but they have like 3 people selling the tickets. So it was just kind of frustrating.
From Cal State Fullerton, Daniel Montanez.
As graduation approaches for some students, it's time to start thinking about life after college. For athletes, it's a little bit harder to find some time to make plans for their future careers. Samantha Galarza has the details on a career expo that will help them get jobs and internships.
I'm here in Titan Gym, where the first annual Fullerton Athletics Career Expo will be held. The event was originally put on exclusively for student athletes, but now extends to programs such as Future, Guardian, and President Scholars, along with the dance and cheer team. The event will feature around 50 different companies and their employers, along with Grad Lane and Alumni Row, which will market themselves to students. The event begins at 6 p.m., and I think it's a great opportunity for students in their future employment opportunities. What are your guys' plans after graduation?
And today at Cal State Fullerton, we have an activist talk about her experience as a participant in the Ferganzo protest. Maribel will tell us all about it.
Dr. Hillary Potter, a criminologist and ethnographer, spent time in Ferguson, Missouri as a participant and observer with a research collaborative group gathering the backside of the story of police brutality and the activism going on since the Michael Brown death. Her main focus of the research was on the women that were involved in the movement. Aside from the interview she conducted, she followed them and participated with them in order to understand why they got involved in the movement and what motivated them to continue on.
For the women, generally, it is based on their own experiences. Oftentimes, some it's closer, some it's more removed. So for some women, that they had a close relative or son who's been affected by police brutality. One woman in particular, she had been involved in activism before Michael Brown, and she said that even if we're not actually mothers, that we all have this nurturing sense in us, and if we're really part of our community, we all just want to help. And so that's been the main theme, and that the women have been on the ground since soon after this happened, soon after Michael Brown was killed. But they don't get featured that much in the national news media or even local news media in St. Louis. But they are there, they're in the background, they're in the foreground. They're facing police brutality through all of the activism as well.
Dr. Potter has been a great example for people to stand strong for what they believe in. Reporting for OC News, this is Maribel Marquez.
In Santa Ana, Leonardo Morales was driving his family home under the influence. He lost control of the car, went off the freeway, and slammed into a tree. The car burst into flames. Morales and his 2-year-old son escaped the car, but his wife and 9-month-old daughter was still inside. The California Highway Patrol saw the 15 to 20-foot high flames and immediately rushed to the scene. They rescued the mother and daughter out of the car. They were rushed to the hospital with major injuries. Thankfully, they are all alive. Morales was arrested for the DUI and apparently had a previous DUI arrest.
Some Southern California beaches allow fire pits, and others continue to ban them. Matt Hargoth will tell us why 2 local beaches within 15 miles from another have different laws when it comes to bonfires on the beach.
Each year, Newport Beach's city councils rule on whether or not to ban the fire pits. These fire pits are located close to homes, parks, and the Balboa Pier. The Newport Beach City Council voted in January of 2015 to continue to have the fire pits. The pits are located only in select places along the beach. Along with the select fire pits are signs set out with rules, regulations, and fire codes for beachgoers. In Newport Beach this past January, the City Council ruled that only these select few fire pits are allowed on the beach in this particular area. As you can see behind me, there are those signs that emulate the rules, such as burning coal rather than wood, how late you can stay at the fire pits, etc. Still, Beach continues to turn down the notion of fire pits on the beach. City Council members feel this issue should be dealt with on a city-by-city basis. People believe this is due to Seal Beach being more of a private community. The law that bans fire pits goes to a vote each year. With the choice to have fire pits going by city to city, Seal Beach has chosen not to have the fire pits. As you can see behind me, these houses are very close in proximity to the beach, and the people worry about the hazards that it can cause having fire pits so close. The City Council will vote again on the no fire pit law in 2016. This is Matt Hogarth, OC News.
Ever heard of Shark Tank? Cal State Fullerton had its very own version as students competed head-to-head with their business ideas. Samantha Galarza has the story.
May the business be ever in your favor. Cal State Fullerton's 4th annual business plan competition has been yet another success. Since January, students have developed their business ideas and competed with their peers.
What's happening today is that a lot of 3 teams are competing head-to-head, kind of like a Shark Tank, for investment. So they're presenting in front of investors and hope to get investment for their product to take it through its full development stages.
After 3 months of competition, the top 3 finishers presented their ideas to a panel of judges and an excited audience from the TSU. After an innovation exhibition and final pitch, the judges made their decision, and a new app called One Message ID was announced the final winner.
Well, all the judges really collaborated together, and it was a tough decision, but through the numbers and our gut feel about who's going to be best, that's how we determine the winner.
Each year, the competition has grown, and the Center for Entrepreneurship expects next year to be an even greater success. For OC News, I'm Samantha Galarza.
Here's Alicia Machuca with the weather.
Thanks, Tawny. Well, this past weekend has definitely been a beautiful and sunny one, and it's only going to remain like that this week. Let's take a look at today's current temperatures in Fullerton. With it being at 75 degrees, with the lows tonight at 56, winds traveling at about 9 miles per hour, and humidity at 41%, and the sun setting at tonight about 7:21 p.m. Now let's take a look at today's 5-day forecast. With today being at mid-70s, it's only going to slowly increase throughout the week at the high 70s to mid-80s, with Wednesday and Thursday being the highest at 87 degrees. But do bundle up in the evening as temperatures will slowly decrease in the mid-50s. Now let's take a quick look at today's national forecast. The brighter and yellow-orange colors indicate a cooler and higher cloud tops, and there are thunderstorms expected on across the central and eastern side of Texas, with a few scattered showers throughout the coast. And that's going to be it with today's weather. Now back to you guys.
And if you have trouble sleeping, a cold breeze might help. Doctors say that because your brains prefer to sleep in cooler climates, the fresh air can have a cooling effect, which can make you feel relaxed and comfortable. That in turn can make you feel sleepy. A slight drop in your body temperature when you hit the sack can signal to your brain that it's time to sleep. An open window helps a lot. If you can't sleep with an open window, for example, if you live in a noisy environment or if you're sensitive to allergens like pollen, a white noise machine or earplugs can help. Experts add, changes in season can affect your sleep, so it's best to keep your bedroom at a consistent and comfortable temperature, somewhere between 60 and 68 degrees. Other tips for a good night's sleep include taking a hot shower or bath before bed. Set a routine bedtime, don't go to bed hungry, and keep the cell phone or tablet out of the bedroom.
Not only an open window could give you a better sleep, but sleeping naked can as well. According to the American Academy of Sleep Medicine, your body temperature naturally declines as part of your circadian rhythm. As you sleep deeply, wearing pajamas could disrupt this natural drop in temperature, and as a result, disrupt your body's sleep cycle. The benefits of sleeping naked, well, you can air out your important parts of your body. It makes you more confident in your sleep, or it makes you more confident in yourself. It reduces your belly size, and overall you sleep better. Even more interesting, this could help with your romantic life. Sleeping naked in turn encourages sex. And remember, sexier relationships are happier relationships. There are health benefits to this too. Sleeping naked reduces stress, lowers your risk of depression, and more. Kind of interesting, Joey, don't you think?
Very interesting, actually. Coming up after the break, the latest on a Senate bill that is trying to be passed in California about assisted suicide.
Horseradish. Is that for horses? Remember me, Mr.
Oh, those boys are much too much. Those boys are much too much. We got the spirit. We're hot. We can't be stopped. We got the spirit. We're hot. We can't be stopped. We're going to beat them and bust them. Beat them.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life.
Let's get a little bit rowdy. R-O-W-D-Y.
Take time to be a dad
One more
today.
time. Oh, those boys are much too much. Those boys.
Kimberly will tell us all the information regarding assisted suicide in California.
On November 1st, 2014, California native Brittany Maynard had a terminal brain tumor and decided to end her life in Oregon because California would not allow her to do so. Brittany Maynard is just one of many that chose assisted suicide. City of Orange resident Anka Volvan's brother traveled to his native country Holland 2 years ago to end his life. Anka believes that the state of California should pass this law.
I said goodbye to him, that was in November. And then a couple months later he called us. And he was already paralyzed on one side. And he said, I don't want to live like that. But we took nothing. You know, I think, well, yeah. How far? He was in pain for 1.5 years. And he said, enough is enough. And he called me, and he decided to do the suicide on his 64th birthday, June the 8th.
The End of Life Option Act would allow terminally ill, mentally competent California adult resident the legal right to ask and receive a prescription to hasten death from his or her physician after all required criteria is imminent. This is the 7th time the state of California has tried to pass this bill. So far, the state senators have voted yes. Tomorrow, state assembly members will vote on this bill. Assemblyman Wagner is one that is a firm believer in not passing this bill.
We are definitely against this bill. I think that, there's bigger issues to this bill than just what it states on paper. There's going to be problems with life insurance and just elderly abuse. We work really closely with the Alzheimer's Association, so there's a lot of elderly abuse that goes on, and a lot of elderlies might feel that they don't want to be a burden on their family, and they may go ahead and try to choose the option so that they're not a burden on someone. And
the state of California has not yet voted on this bill. It's still in talks compared to Vermont, Oregon, Washington, and Montana. In Orange, Kimberly O'Neill, OC News.
Jodi Arias is back in the news today. A judge has sentenced convicted murder heiress to life in prison without any chance of parole. Ayers was found guilty last year of murdering and stabbing her then-boyfriend Travis Alexander nearly 30 times in 2008. This has ended a nearly 7-year-old case that has attracted the world's attention. Ayers will serve her sentence in a maximum security unit near downtown Phoenix.
The official 2016 presidential field is growing with a flurry of announcements over the past 24 hours. Let's take a look at the current candidates.
The road to the White House is getting more crowded with these announcements.
I am announcing that I'm running for president.
That I am putting myself forward as a candidate.
In just the past 4 weeks.
I'm running for president.
Hillary Clinton is road tripping towards her first campaign event Tuesday in Iowa, meeting people like a 19-year-old college student at a gas station along the way.
She just was talking to me like a regular person, really, not like a political campaigner.
Clinton aims for populism Republicans say it's politics as usual.
Does America want a third Obama term?
We must do better than the Obama-Clinton foreign policy.
Clinton is the first Democrat to officially enter the field. Polls show her far ahead of other possible rivals.
How you doing? I'm all right. Mark Valley.
Still introducing themselves in early voting states. The White House says it won't weigh in on a favorite.
The president has not offered up any sort of an endorsement at this point.
I hope you guys will be here tonight. It'll be great.
Republican Marco Rubio told donors on a Monday morning phone call he's uniquely qualified to run for president. He will officially announce Monday night, bringing the formal list of candidates to 4 and counting. In Washington, I'm Emily Schmidt reporting.
Lots going on in the world of news. Let's take a closer look with our world news expert, Kimberly O'Neill.
Major headline in today's world news, so let's get started. 682,000 Brazilians roamed the streets in protest against Brazilian President Dilma Rousseff. They marched in 195 cities over government corruption, economic draft, and demanding military coup to lose gun control laws. They have also asked President Rousseff to be impeached. The protest movement was organized mostly via social media. Political confidence in Brazil's political class has slumped with the detection and questioning of dozens of legislators and officials, including the treasurer of the ruling Workers' Party, over an alleged multi-million-dollar kickback. Rousseff herself was not under investigation despite her former ties to the company, but the widening probe has fingered her party colleagues and close allies. Iraq's prime minister held the press conference in Baghdad to stop ISIS by asking the United States for billions of dollars to increase in delivery of firearms. The prime minister will be meeting with President Barack Obama this week in Washington to discuss further on this issue. ISIS is everyone's problem now, said the Iraqi official. You cannot run away from the problem if it comes to Canada or goes to France, he said in reference to attacks by people influenced by Islamic State or Al-Qaeda in those countries. The official hinted Baghdad could turn to Tehran if it did not get to and it wants from Washington. From reality superstars to political activists, keeping up with their Kardashian stars traveled to Armenia to help the call for genocide recognition. The Kardashians are now doing a Middle East tour, and on Monday, Kim and her husband Kanye West have now traveled to Jerusalem to start preparations for their daughter Northwest's baptism at the St. James Cathedral. The ceremony is expected to last 30 seconds. Well, that's all I have for today, guys. In the world of news, back to you guys.
Thank you, Kimberly. There's a lot going on in the world, and there's also a lot going on here locally. Did you hear about Coachella, Tani?
I did, and I missed it, and I'm very upset about that.
You know what, I missed it as well. I didn't get a chance to make it down. I heard it was a big festival, though, lots of people.
It was. I actually have friends in Palm Springs, and they said that they couldn't even get a reservation at the local restaurants because how crowded it was.
Wow, lots going on. Our own Shauna Hudson has the scoop on Coachella and everything going on in entertainment.
We're right in the eye of the storm this week as Coachella Weekend 1 wraps up. We roll right into Weekend 2 this upcoming Friday. Headliners like AC/DC, Jack White, and Drake made their way to the desert for the 3-day-long festival, followed by artists like The Weeknd, Cascade, Nero, and Hozier. Celebrity sightings for Weekend 1 included Katy Perry, Kendall Jenner, Rihanna, and Leonardo DiCaprio. Drake's Sunday night performance was full of surprises as it ended in a lip lock with Madonna. To say the least, it looked like he was less than enthusiastic about this. Let's take a look.
I'm not your bitch, don't hang your shit on me. Madonna.
For those who can't make it out to Weekend 2, Coachella also streams the festival live on their YouTube channel, while photos, videos, and vines can be seen on Twitter via #Coachella or #Coachella2015. The MTV Movie Awards were in Los Angeles last night at the Nokia Theater. Host Amy Schumer brought the laughs with her opening monologue and jokes throughout the show. The biggest winner of the night was the book-to-movie adaptation of John Green's novel The Fault in Our Stars. The movie took home 3 of the night's biggest awards, including Movie of the Year, Best Kiss, and Best Female Performance for the movie star Shailene Woodley. Other winners included Channing Tatum for 22 Jump Street, the movie Neighbors, Bradley Cooper for Best Male Performance in American Sniper, and Dylan O'Brien for Best Hero in The Maze Runner. In other TV news, Netflix released the Season 3 trailer for their popular series Orange is the New Black. This season, veteran actress Mary Steenburgen will be joining the cast. Fans might be saddened to hear that Jason Biggs will not be returning for the season, but says there is always the possibility of his character Larry returning later on. For those who didn't catch it, here's a little of what's in store this season.
I just want to say, I can be a famous rapper, you know what I'm saying? Like, January, February, March, April, May, and June.
Maybe this is exactly where I am supposed to be right now.
The world is better in black and white. And red.
No, it's not just sex. It's love. It's two people connecting.
New episodes will be available June 12th on Netflix. Another popular series, Game of Thrones, made its return for Season 5 on HBO last night. Before the premiere, however, 4 episodes were leaked online the night before its return. Even though it isn't as bad as the entire season being leaked, the timing for HBO is less than ideal. HBO planned to launch their new standalone streaming service called HBO Now around the season premiere. The show is already one of the most illegally watched online, and this will set them behind pirators even further. Better luck next season, HBO. For those who haven't watched, here's what's coming up on Season 5.
Nothing's more hateful than failing to protect the one you love.
I'm not going to stop the wheel. I'm going to break the wheel.
That little monster is out there somewhere drawing breath.
And this is what remains.
The Seven Kingdoms needs a ruler loved by millions with a powerful army and the right family name.
Good luck finding him.
Who said anything about him?
That's all for entertainment this week. Back to you guys.
Joey, do you watch Game of Thrones?
I do not.
You're missing out.
Never
Definitely
seen Game
missing
of
out.
Thrones. Never have.
Well, after the break, find out about a one-stop stop where vendors provide everything you will need when adding a new member to the family.
And we will also have the latest on sports.
Titan Radio is Cal State Fullerton's own radio station located in the basement of Pollock Library. Students can stop by and pick up an application during operating hours. Anyone who has a computer and internet can listen to us www.titanradio.org. A lot of people who want to pursue TV and film usually start out in radio, so it's always a great opportunity.
There's a lot of sports action going down in Orange County right now. Here's Kyle Miller to fill us in.
Thanks, Joey. Kansas City is on fire, winning their first 5 games. Giordano Ventura is going to be on the mound for the Royals in this one. He's 1-0. Albert Pujols is going to take him deep to left field. A solo shot's going to put the Angels up 1-0. That's career home run number 522 for Pujols. But that good mood's going to be short-lived as Salvador Perez is going to singles to center, scoring former Angel Kendrys Morales. Game is tied at 1 later in the first inning. David Freese is going to mishandle a grounder, allowing Alex Rios to score. Gives Kansas City their first lead of the day. Alcides Escobar continues the Royals' rally with a double to deep center. Paulo Orlando and Omar Infante are going to score. Royals would be up 3 runs after a 4-run second inning. In the 5th inning, Alex Rios is going to double to left. Mike Moustakas and Kendry Morales are going to score on the play, giving the Royals their 6-1 lead. The rout would be on, and the Royals would win this game 9-2. Give Giordano Ventura his 2nd win of the season. C.J. Wilson's going to get the loss, drops the Angels to 2-4 on the year, and the Royals are still undefeated. They're going to move to 6-0. Angels are going to be hoping to bounce back against the Rangers on Monday. On the ice, let's catch up with the Ducks. Freddie's going to be in net against the Yotes in Phoenix. Tomas Fleischman's going to be streaking down that right side, and he's going to find Ryan Getzlaf on the backhand. He's going to push it past Mike Smith, giving the Ducks their first goal of the game. Later in the first, Ducks have a chance to go up 2. Sammy Vatanin's going to take a shot from the point. Not going to fool Mike Smith, who makes a huge glove save. Then Cogs is going to grab the puck in the corner. He's going to dish it to Jacob Silverberg. He's going to put the Ducks up too. Makes Mike Smith look a bit silly. Ducks are going to hold on for a 2-1 win, clinching the top seed in the West. The Ducks will be facing off against the Winnipeg Jets in the first round of the playoffs. This one's going to be a tough, gritty series, and the Jets will not be an easy out for the Ducks. However, look for the Ducks to take this series in 5 games. This series is going to start on Thursday night at Honda Center. Are you guys ready for the playoffs?
I definitely am. I can't wait for it. We definitely need a win up here. Anyways, back to animals in cages line up aisles of shelters in Orange County. The hope is that the cats and dogs will find forever homes, but more than half won't survive the end of the year due to overpopulation and crowding. With the odds stacked against them, shelters and animal organizations encourage people to go out and adopt these loving pets and bring them home. Sasha Zoka provides an insight on the biggest adoption event of the year.
It's that time of year again. The OC Fairgrounds hosts its annual Pet Expo convention featuring pet vendors and, of course, pet adoptions. The crowds were eager to get a look at the new toys and food selections out for their favorite furry friends and different programs to help train their new pets. One of the programs showcased was the police K9 demonstrations, where the German Shepherds of the police force showed off their tricks. The officers played with the dogs throughout the demonstration, giving viewers another look at the breed. While the colorful booths lined the aisles, the real show were the pet adoptions. What makes these events so special and important are the organizations that are working hard every day to create better lives for the animals they rescue. WAG's Pet Adoption in Westminster is no different. They rescue any animal in need and do their best to find them happy and permanent homes. The day was filled with fun, and many pets found their permanent homes at the Pet Expo.
And that's all we have today for OC News.
Make sure to tune in again next Monday at 5. Have a good night.